Hello members, welcome to our other session of programming. I hope you're ready for today's lecture. Hello members, welcome to... Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak, and I welcome you to our fifth lecture of making a complete inventory management system. We are going to resume from where we stopped at in the previous lecture, so get yourself ready to learn some cool stuffs. All right, without wasting much time, we'll start our timer. So today we are going to do 40 minutes times 2. So as you can see, our timer has started there. So we are going to go straight into our today's business. All right, let's get started. So I'll begin by opening our project, which is this one. Am I recording anyway? Let me start recording. Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mbarak, and I welcome you to our fifth lecture of creating a complete inventory management system. I hope you've been following along, beginning from the first lecture. If you're not following along, I advise you to go and begin from the very first video, so you can be able to understand everything that we're doing. So we always do 1 hour, but today we're going to do 40 minutes, and as you can see, our time has already started counting. So without wasting much time, let's go straight into today's business and start doing real work. I'll put our timer there, and then I'll open our code. So this is our code, and you can see it is there up and it's already lodged into our Visual Studio Code. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the server. I'm going to start the server. I'm going to implement it. I'm not sure that I'm using the right microphone. I'm not really sure. Let me test again. Sorry. Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo. Let me... Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mbarak, and I welcome you to our fifth video of creating a complete inventory management system. We always do 1 hour, but today we are going to do 40 minutes. So I'll start our timer. So without wasting much time, let's go straight into our today's project. As you can see, the project is there. I've already put it in my Visual Studio Code. I believe at this point you can be able to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand my terminal and start that project. So I'll expand my terminal and clear the screen, and then go ahead and run php artisan serve, and then our server will start. I'll press Ctrl and click on this to go to our server. So this is our server. So yesterday we stopped at a place where we're creating categories. So in this, I'm logged in as a super administrator, so I'm not able to save in categories. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to launch another browser and then log in as a company owner. So I'll come here. Let me open Chrome, and then I open this one, and then I'll go ahead. Let me first allow someone in the meeting. Alright, then after, I'll go ahead. Someone should mute. Alright, after doing that, I'll go ahead and open this endpoint into our Google Chrome. So this is Google Chrome, and in this Google Chrome, you still remember we were logged in as an administrator. That's why you see company admin 1. So yesterday we stopped at the point of creating categories, and if you still remember, we're able to create these categories in the previous video. Now we stopped at the place of creating subcategories, and this is the model where we stopped after creating this controller. So I'm going to take it from there straight. So what you're going to do right now, we're going to create a what? We're going to organize this form of creating a what? A subcategory. Okay. So let's go ahead and open this controller, and then we design this subcategory form. So I'll go to our project, and then come to app, then admin, then come to controllers, and then come to stock subcategory here. So let's go ahead and change the name here and make it. Let's go ahead and change the name here and make it. Let's go ahead and change the name here and make it stock subcategories. Okay, so if I do like this, I come and refresh here, you'll see this one is stock subcategories now. All right, so let's begin by doing the first thing here. We don't need this company ID to be visible, so you're going to begin by hiding this company ID. So to do that, I'll go ahead and borrow the code from this category. You know, we already created this one. So I'll open this category controller and then come to this form. So you have that logic at least on top here. So I can come and copy these two, okay? And come and paste them here. I'll remove this company ID and then I'll paste this one. So what I've just done here, I'm just getting a user who is logged in, and then I hide the company ID, and they say that company ID to be set here by default. Okay, so if I come and refresh here, this should disappear. It should be hidden. So it is hidden now. So another thing that we're going to do, we're going to get the stock category. So this is going to be a what? It's going to be a drop down of a parent category, because this subcategory must belong to a what? To a stock category. So it means that this stock category ID is going to be a reference or a parent category. So we're going to make it a what? A drop down. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to get categories. So I can say categories equals to, I go ahead and say subcategory. You guys mute your microphones. Can I be able to set something here? Okay, so here what we're trying to do here, we are going to make this one a drop down of what? Of categories. Okay, so I'll go ahead and say categories equals to, and then I go ahead and get a category. So the most important thing here is every query that you make, you must put the what? The company ID. Otherwise, if you don't put the company ID, then it means that you're going to get things for different companies, and that is not going to be good. Okay, so we're going to put here company IDs, and then status should be active, and then we get those stock categories. Okay, so these categories, they are going just to give us a list of what? Of categories that we have. So you see, it is stock category, and then I put where, and I get the what? Category. You guys mute your microphones, please. Mute your microphone, disable your videos. It's time for work. Okay, so here I get the categories. Okay, I get the category, and then I can first display these categories here. Here, the most important thing you should be able to know that I'm getting categories. It is category, and then I say where, I open I open square bracket, I put company ID, I put the company ID of the person who is logged in. Okay, and then maybe I can say I want the active categories. I say where status is active. So let me go ahead and dump these categories here. What I put, okay. Don't raise your hands. You raise your hands after the lecture. This is a recording, please. So if I go ahead and refresh here, I should be able to see the categories. Can you see? These are the categories. So there are two categories that this company has added. You see, I'm able to get them. But these are just objects. They are objects. But our drop down is going to escape. I mean, it's going to expect a key and a value. A key and a value. So I'm going to show you a technique of getting a key and a value. So after getting this, doing get here, you can get a key and a value by just simply saying pluck. Okay, then you say pluck the name and the ID. So by doing like this, it's going to get for you the name and the ID of these items. So this is the acceptable drop down, because these ones are going to be just objects. So if I refresh here, you see it is now an array that is having a name and ID and that is having an ID and a name, where the ID is the index and the name is the name of a category. Okay, so this is the one that is going to be accepted in our drop down. You can as well loop and create your own categories manually. So this is a technique that you can say just pluck. So it is going to pluck the name and the ID, and it should be in this order, not pluck ID and the name. So it's going to be a key, and it's going to be the value that the user will see. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make this category ID a drop down. So I'll just simply come here and say select, and then here I say stock category, not stock category ID. So this is a parent category, and then I put options. Okay, I say options, and then the option I pass these categories, and then I put the rules that should be required. So someone shouldn't be able to upload without adding this. So I can go ahead and remove this DD. So by doing like this, you can pause the video and see what I've done. I've just got the categories that belong to this company. Always remember to do that. And the ones that are active, and then I only pluck the name and the ID, and then I put those IDs as options for this drop down or for this select. So if I come here and refresh now, I should be able to see that I'm getting here these categories. Let me go ahead and open my ChatGPT. Okay, so let me come here. See, these are my last chat, the supermarket. Supermarket categories. We searched that thing. Do you have it? Yeah. Okay, you see, we had here fresh products and grocery. All right, so after doing that, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and put a what? And put another category. For example, let's go ahead and maybe add dairy and refrigerants and refrigerated. Okay, let's go ahead and add frozen foods. Okay, so to do that, I'll just simply come here on categories, main categories. I go ahead and add new, and then say frozen fruits. I say maybe it is active, and then I can attach the image, and then I submit. So you see, I'm able to have this. So if I come here to subcategories and I click on new, I should be able to see even that frozen foods there. So now we have the frozen foods. So after doing that, let's go ahead and proceed to the next field. So the next field, I will go ahead and make this one to be a what? A text, not a text area. Not a text area. And I also make it required. What? I'm not edible. Oh, sorry guys. I thought I'm sorry. Okay, I thought that I had muted. Kumbi, I muted myself. I hope you can hear me now. I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But the recording will be, you'll be able to get the voice. So right now we are getting the what? We are getting the name. I mean, we are connecting a name, and then we make also this field to be what? To be required. So if I come here and refresh, now you see here we have a subcategory name, and then subcategory name is required. So we shall have the description, and then we shall have the status, which is active or not active, and then here we're going to make it a radio. Okay, we make it a radio. Okay, and then here it says status, and then we go ahead and put the options. Okay, so the option is going to be active and inactive, and then the rules should be required. So this one will help us to set the status to be active and not inactive. Let me put that last. Okay, so after setting that one, well, the next thing you're going to have here an image. So let's go ahead and put here the word image like this. Okay, so after putting the image, The next thing, we are going to go ahead and put the buying price. We say this one will be calculated by the system, and the selling price, I mean the buying price, price, or this the price that has been invested to be calculated on the system. The selling, the amount of money that has been invested will be calculated by the system, and also the expected profit will be calculated by the system, and also the earned profit will be calculated by the system. The measuring unit, this one will be input by the user. Okay, so the user, the one will be specified. Okay, I'll be measuring this one in pieces, I'll be measuring this one in maybe in kilograms, I'll be measuring this one in what, in maybe so this is the standard measuring units that they'll be using here. So let me go ahead and make these measuring units to be required. Okay, to be required. Then after doing that, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put the current quantity that will be calculated by the system. So I'll remove it, and also the order level, this one will be required. Okay, so I'm going to put here reorder level, and then I put bracket here units, bracket units. So this is the order level, it will also be required. So I'll make this one required, so the system should be able to reorder. I mean to tell someone when they should reorder. So if I come here and refresh, you'll have this field, something like this. However, I don't like this kind of an input. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it to be a decimal. So you have another technique here called decimal, like this. So decimal will have a short input and will accept numbers only. See, it will accept numbers. So that is our category, our subcategory. Okay, I think that's enough. I think, unless otherwise, let us review again. Okay, so let us review the code, and then also review the and then see if everything is all right. Okay, so the first thing is the categories. Okay, so the category is okay. Okay, the category is okay. The next thing is the everything. I think everything is okay to make a stock record. So if I refresh here, everything should be all right. Okay, so let me go ahead and create a subcategory. Let me come here to ChatGPT. Let's go ahead and create fruits. Okay, fruits for what? For fruits for what? Fruits is under what? Is under fresh products. Let's create our first subcategory called fruits. So I'll come here and say fresh product is a main category, and then I come here and say fruits is a subcategory. So I can write here some details about what? About fruits. And then I go ahead and select the image. Okay, I'm going to fix also the issue of the image right now. We will not keep on escaping it. Okay, so I can select the image. Yesterday we tried to put an image, and we saw we had some challenges. Let me come here and get just an image, relevant image. Okay, then after I'll go ahead and drag and drop it here. Okay, let me go ahead and get it from here. I think I'll find it in downloads. Yes, it is in downloads. I'll go ahead and select it. So we're going to so our category is fruits under frozen food. I mean under what? Under grocery, right? Fruits that are under grocery. I mean is under fresh products. Fruits is under fresh produce or fresh products. And then we write fruits, the name of the subcategory, then write here some description, and then we go ahead and attach the image of the fruit, and then we go here and put the measurement units. So how shall we be measuring fruits? Okay, maybe I can say piece, so you can maybe using pieces. Is it piece, one piece of a mango, or 2 pieces? Okay, for fruits, okay, others they use kilograms, I think. Yeah, kilograms. Yeah, fruits they use kilograms, by the way. That's the standard way of measuring fruits. So you can use kg, so it has used singularity, you use kilograms, and then reorder level in respective units. So I can say maybe when you're remaining with the 50 kilograms of this fruit, of the fruits, the system should be able to warn us that the order level of the fruits have run out. Okay, so I submit. So you can see it has submitted successfully. But the challenge that we're facing right now is that this fruit, if we try to edit, you'll see that the fruit picture is not coming. Okay, so let us fix that issue right now. Okay, we have been skipping it. Okay, I have another project where I've been doing let me see how I configured that file system, and then we also configure ours. So here in file system, so we have a file system called public. So in the other side, I'm also going to create another. Okay, we have file system called, okay, here we have file system called admin. Okay, so let's come here to our file system. It is under configuration here. So this admin, so let us make sure that they are matching. So here the driver is local, the root path, okay, this is the most important part. The root path should be in public storage, so not storage path. So the root path is going to be public storage, not the root path. Okay, public path, this is the most important part. So it should be public, then storage inside it, and then the URL should be the URL of the system, then stroke the storage. So we're going to put here the URL should be URL of the system stroke storage, and then we come here to visibility and make it public. So that is how you have to configure. I think that's how you have to configure your storage in able to be able to do what, to see the images. Okay, so come to configuration, files, then disks, and then say admin, and then go ahead and put the drive as local, public as public path, then storage, and then the URL to be this one, and then the visibility to be public. Then after doing that, you're going to go ahead and create a folder in your public folder. So I'll collapse everything here, and then I come to my public folder, and then I create another folder called new folder. I'm going to call it storage. So this storage is a place where we'll be putting our pictures, or the pictures that are in public. So don't miss those steps, otherwise if you miss, then you're going to face some challenges. Okay, after doing that, the next thing that you're going to do, now you see that they are referencing here app URL. So it means that the app URL should be correct, that is inside the environment. So let us go in the environment and set this app URL to be correct. So always remember to update that app URL. So even if you upload your system to online, make sure that you update the app URL. So let's go to environment.env and then come to app URL. So you see ours is pointing at localhost, but ours is really pointing at this. Okay, so go ahead and copy the port or the endpoint here, your base URL here in your system, the one that you're using. It's the one that you're going to put here, not the localhost like this. Okay, so that's our app URL. So after doing that, then the last thing, let me see, do I have any change here in the admin in this project? If I come here to configuration in admin, do I have anything in disks? Let me see if I have anything different here in disks. I think this is the same as how we did. So make sure that those things are set like the way I've shown you. So one more last thing that you have to do, you have to make this public folder to be public, so it can be accessed in public. Okay, so to do that, you're going to write you're going to put a htt access file here. So come to your root folder, I mean the root folder, the main folder, the main folder here, and then you're going here next to .inv, you're going to create another file. So just simply come here to the root folder, make sure that you click on the root folder, here on the root folder. All right, on the root folder, just on top here next to Laravel admin, right click and then create a new a new file here next to .inv. Go ahead and say new file. Okay, here, and put this very carefully .ht access, like this, .ht access, just exactly how I've written it. Go ahead and press enter, then come on Google and search Laravel.ht access. Okay, so you'll see suggestions of Laravel.ht access. Okay, I think this, the most popular one, and this one is the most correct, this one here. So you're going to copy this one and put it inside your inside the .ht access that you've created. Let's try to use this one. If it doesn't work, I'll show you another one. So you've seen what I've done. So I'll copy this one and then come and put it here. So those lines should be exactly as how you see them. Okay, so if you don't want to search, you can as well pause the video and copy these lines, okay, and read them exactly as how they are. Otherwise you may need to search and then come and copy. So this one will help us to run our applications on on a local host. All right, so I think there our images should be able now to show. Let's try. So I'll come to our project, refresh, and then upload the new image. Oh, it's not showing. Let us see, was the image, did the image go there? Let's see if the image was really uploaded. It wasn't uploaded. Yeah, there's always let me see, was the image uploaded? So I'll come here to public, storage, images. Okay, you can see the folder was created, but the image was not uploaded. Okay, so let's see what could be the issue. Let me use this .ht access. I think they're the same. They're the same that I always use. Okay, let's try to upload. I don't know why. Let me try to upload, but it's supposed to work. Let's try to upload, and we shall figure out. Boom, it has worked. 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 So you see our image is here. Can you see that? That is beautiful. You see our image is here. So the image has been uploaded. So it means that now we can work with images. So it is that simple. You see, I can refresh and the image is there. That is so beautiful. Okay, so I can be able to now put the right image, the fruit image. So there is another method. If I come back here to stock subcategory controller, this one on image, there is image, this one, the product photo. There is another method that we call unique name. Okay, so unique name, it will make sure that this image is having a unique name, so you can add this method here. So I know it can be confusing for the first time, but please don't give up. Make sure that these things are working. Just keep on trying, because this is not magic. It is possible. Try until you make sure that you're able to upload the image and it is sticking there. Please, it is possible, trust me. Even if you spend one day fixing it, it is okay, because once you learn it, then you learn it forever. That's the whole beauty. So if I want to remain to this page while I'm editing, I just simply click here, continue editing, and then I submit. Boom, you can see. So our image is having a unique name. You see, it is having totally a unique name. So you can see if I refresh, our image will remain there. So it means that our image is sticking there. That is so beautiful. So for now, this is a category. Okay, that is a category. That is so nice. Let us add more, like 2 categories, or like 3 categories. Okay, let us add like 3 subcategories. So it has come to ChatGPT. So under fresh produce we have vegetables. Okay, so we'll come here, click list, new vegetables. So vegetable under fresh produce and say subcategory called vegetables. So let me come here and search an image for vegetables. Can get this one. I come and upload it. Okay, so measuring units can also become kilograms. You can be measuring in kilograms, and then they should order, the system should order us when there are 50 kilograms remaining. There we go. It has ticked there, so it has worked. So let us go ahead and create. So we have here two categories, 2 subcategories. Let's go and create like one more category under what? Under frozen foods. So you can say maybe ice cream and desserts. That is subcategory. So we'll come here and say under frozen foods, I say ice cream and desserts. I come here and put some details of ice cream. After doing that, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and search ice cream subcategory image. However, you can do better. You can go ahead and edit these pictures from Photoshop, and then upload nice pictures, or the picture that are in right dimensions in your project. However, me, I'm just, for saving time, I'm just using random pictures on the internet. But I'll show you the better way to do that. I'll show you when you reach to products. For now, let us just use these random pictures. Okay, so that's it. So I'll come here and say kilogram, measuring units. Ice cream will be measured in what? In pieces? Oh, okay, let us say pieces. Okay, not everything's going to be measured in kilograms. And then I say ice cream, maybe when you're remaining with 20 pieces, you should be able to own us the system. So that's enough for the testing. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we are going to organize our table here. So I'm going to be teaching you different things as we proceed. So it's not that it's going to be like a class that you're going to teach A, B, C, D. No. When we meet something and we need it, I will teach you how to handle it there and then. So you have to be very attentive on everything. So here, what we're going to do right now, we're going to organize this table properly. So let's go and organize this subcategory table properly. So I'll come and collapse this one. After doing that, we're going to come here and organize our grid. So we can need an ID, so the ID, we shall leave it there. So ID. Okay, so another thing that, okay, let us first organize the table, and I should, okay, no, the first thing that we have to do is to make sure that we are showing each company, we are showing them their respective products. So I'll come here to subcategory and borrow. Okay, let us do it again so you can remember. So this is subcategory. I want to make sure that each company, they are seeing their respective subcategories. Okay, so let's first get the person who is logged in. The person who is logged in is you equals to admin user, admin then user. So that we'll be able to get the person who is logged in. So now after doing that, we are going to limit this table to get only the persons, the products of that company. So you see grid model where company ID is equal to the person's company who is logged in. So go ahead and write this one. It will enable us to limit the product to be only for the company who is logged in. Okay, so that is very important line when you're making a software as a service, a system that are going to be used by multiple people. So after doing that, the next thing that we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and make this ID sortable. All right, and then let us say that, okay, you see these are the products. Now we want them to be having the names to be ordered in alphabetical, you see, by default before someone orders them. So if you want to do that, then you'll have to come and attach on this model, on this very model, you can come here and attach a order by. So you say order by name, so order by name ascending. So it will be able, by default, it will be ordering these names in ascending order, the name of the categories. All right, so are we interested in the date when the category was created? No, we are not interested, so remove it. Are we interested when it was last updated? No, we are not interested. Are we interested in displaying the company name? We are not interested. Are we interested on displaying the parent category? Yes, we are interested. So I'm going to put here category. Okay, so but as you can see, this category is being represented as what? As an ID. So this is the parent category. So what we're going to do, we are going to represent it as a what? As a subcategory. So we'll come here and put here display function. You still remember this function, and then you get the subcategory. So I can even check and see if equals to null, I return nothing. Okay, because sometimes the category may be deleted. Okay, so if equals to null, I return nothing. That's how you do it. Okay, so you can see otherwise if it is not null, then you should return the category name. So by doing like this, you should be able to get the category name here, and then it should be also sortable. Okay, so this is the parent category. All right, so after doing that, but before you display the parent category, I'm going to remove it and make it to become next to the the main subcategory name. Okay, so this subcategory name will come first. Let me also make it what? I make it also sortable. That is beautiful. Okay, the description of the category, we can hide it. The status, we can make it sortable, and maybe we can put it at last. Okay, so the image, that is another important part that I'm going to come and we fix, because we want to display here the image. We need to display the image. So let us make this image too. We're going to display it at the very last. Or we can put this image next to the ID. So I'll come and put here next to the ID, and we're going to come back and fix this image, and we display it in that grid. All right, so so we come here, the description, we'll hide it by default. We can put even at the last here. Okay, the invested, so I can put here investment, so the amount of money that you have invested here. I'll put it this one here, and also I make it what? I made it sortable. So this will be showing you how much you have invested in these products, in this, and then here I show you total sales that you've made in this one. So I can say maybe expected sales that you're expecting to sell. So it will be coming here. So the investment is be the total investment, and then the buying price will be like the expected sales. Okay, all right, so here is the is the expected profits. Let me also make them sortable, the expected profits. And then here the earned profits, I also make them sortable, the earned profit. And then here with the measuring unit, we don't need to display it. Okay, so the current quantity, so we are going to display this quantity and display their so you cannot just say their for example, the current quantity is, okay, we'll come, okay, okay, I cannot just say maybe it is maybe 50 or 20. You have to put the other unit. So it means that you have to override this this display by just simply putting display, and then you put number format. Okay, so you put display function, and then you put the number format. So number format will help us to break things in commas. Let me just, for example, give here like this kind of number. You see that number? Okay, let me say I have like 1 million. Okay, so this function of number format is going to help us to give us those commas. You see, it helps us to give those commas. That's the point of number format. So let us put the real quantity there. So the real value is this one. Now we are going to attach the unit. So you cannot just do and then don't attach the unit. So if you want to attach the unit, you're going to access the unit by simply saying this and then say measuring unit. I think that's the name that we used, and then say this and then say measuring unit. So by doing like this, it will be able to show us the measuring units there. So you see here there is 0 kg, something like that. You get it, eh? And then after, we're going to put here the reorder level. So it's going to be also that in measuring units. Okay, so the reorder level, we can just leave it from there. All right, so that's it. I think that's it. So if you maybe want to make the reorder level to be editable, like a person should be able to edit the reorder level within the line without changing, you can just simply come here and add another thing called editable. Okay, so by editable, someone will be able to say to change this reorder level from the line here by just simply saying, okay, I want the reorder level to be 70 kgs, and submit. When they refresh, you'll see 70 kgs. You see, that is beautiful. So you can do the reorder level like that. So I can make sure that it's a number. That's not there. Okay, it's not a number. That's not allowed. All right, so yeah, so that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. That's it. Okay, maybe we can make it look a little bit beautiful by saying if it is active, it should be green. If it's not active, it shouldn't be blue. So if you want to do that, you come here and put what we call using. Okay, no, and put what we call label. Okay, so label will have the colors. Okay, so you can say if it is active, it should be success. Success means green. If it is active, if it is inactive, it should be danger. Danger means red. So by doing like this, you shall be able to have these kind of beautiful things. So if I come here and edit and make this category not to be active, let me say I make it inactive. So if I make it inactive, you'll see it is what? It is red. That is beautiful. Okay, so that is the meaning of what? Of labels. So that one can help us to make our things beautiful. All right, so let me remove this batch select. I hate it. Okay, let me disable the batch select. So I'll come here to our grid and disable the batch select. So the grid and say disable batch actions. Okay, so batch actions, we remove them. Yeah, they are gone. And let's go ahead and put the search engine. So we're going to put here a quick search. Okay, a quick search, and we're going to search by name only. Okay, our time is up. Our time is up. I know. It's time, I think. It's making probably noise. This thing can be loud, eh? Where is it? Let me just mute. Alright, I'm going to mute that time. It can make a lot of noise. Where is it? Okay, it is here. It is here. It is here. Alright, our time is up, but we're supposed to do 1 hour, but let me just do a little bit finishing. So here I'm making the quick search to be searching by name. So if I come and refresh here, you'll see that I'll be able to search here by name. If I say maybe fresh, I can be able to see fresh items. Okay, but you don't have something called fresh. Okay, if I come and search here, for example, I put veg, I should be able to see vegetables. So our search engine is working. All right, so now let's come in the next video where I think we should just do non-stop. Let me just do non-stop and then we go at once. Now in the next video, we're going to start from here and go ahead and do what? And display the images. I think we still have energy, so let us just do non-stop. All right, let me pause the video. Stop the video for those who are going to rewatch, and then we do the next one without a break. They're just 40 minutes. So let's begin our next session. So begin our next session, guys, and then we go at once. Hello there, and how are you? My name is Mohindo Mbark, and I welcome you to our sixth lecture of creating a complete inventory management system. Without wasting much time, let's go and proceed from where I stopped at in the previous lecture. We know, always do 60 minutes, 60 minutes, but today we're going to do 40, so I'll start our timer. Let me go ahead and put our timer very far from us. Let us put it there. All right, so in the previous lecture, we stopped at this point where we needed to display the image in the grid. So Laravel admin has what we call custom display, and then this custom display, when you read the documentation, they show you so many things. Among the things that they show you how you can display images, even the image cursors. Okay, so this is how you display an image. You just simply, so you see this is our image, you see, sorry, where are we are here. Okay, so this is our image. So if you want to display an image, you just simply come here, where is our image here, and attach what you call image like this. So by doing image, it is going to go ahead and display the image. Is beautiful. Can you see that? That is so beautiful. You see, by just simply attaching image, and then you'll see the images displaying. So there are more parameters that you can do. For example, you can limit the image size. Okay, you can limit the image size. Let's say, for example, we find that image too big, we can just simply put here an empty string, and then you pass. So in case you have maybe another different base URL, you can put here, and then you pass here the width and height of your image. You see, so it puts 50-50, and then you come here and refresh, then your image will be resized down to 50 sizes. Can you see? That is so nice. I hope you can see that. You see, our images are there, so you can be able to know, okay, these are fruits, these are what, by just simply doing that. All right, so the next thing, in case you have like a group of images, like when you're going to see the products, you're going to have multiple images for a product. I'll show you how you can be able to do what, to do some JSON and convert those products into, and convert those images to be able to even view them in form of what, in form of carousel. So that is how you display images. Now there is a plugin. Even this Laravel admin has plugins called Lightbox. So Lightbox can allow us even to preview the images and zoom them and even download them. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn how to add Lightbox into our Laravel admin, and then we use it for the rest of our application. So you just simply come here and search Laravel admin Lightbox. I think that's it. So you'll find it here. It's an extension on the grid of Laravel admin. So you can say Laravel admin Lightbox extension. Then you click here, and then it will take you to the GitHub. So this is the GitHub of Lightbox extension. Hope you can see that. So this is how I'm going to show you how we install it, and then that Lightbox will enable us to click on an image and then we view it in full size. All right, let's go ahead and install Lightbox. So to install Lightbox, you just simply run this command, composer require Laravel admin Lightbox. Just copy it as it is there. Okay, copy that command, then open your terminal. So this first terminal is running our project. So I'll come to the next terminal here and clear the screen. Let me open a new terminal. Okay, so in this terminal, I'm going to run this method. I'll go ahead and put that method there. Okay, so it's going to run our Laravel admin Lightbox. So it will install the Lightbox. Okay, after installing it, then they say that you should run this one for publishing it. Then you publish it. It's not published. After publishing it, then they say that we should go to configuration administrator and then go to extension and add this piece of line. Let's do that. So you come here to configure, you come to our project, come to configuration, admin, and then you come to extensions. Okay, in this extension, this is where we'll be adding extension. We're going to add an extension called image lightbox. This one here, we add it here. See, there you go. So this is what you add there. Then after, what they say next? Okay, now they say that's all. So to use it, you just simply put picture here and then add lightbox. Let's go ahead and try to use it. So here, refresh. Let's come now to our project, which is this one here. So instead of putting this is the image, let's try to put lightbox instead of image, and we see what we shall have. Refresh. It's not like that. They say that you have to put here picture. Just trying and see what I'll get. They say that you have to put here picture, not image. So let's go ahead. Let me first remove this one and let's see. So let's come and refresh. Yep. So they're just those parameters that are causing confusion. So you see now when I click, it zoom the image. So let us limit. So you can as well put here the word picture instead of column. It is all the same. I think picture is not working. Let's stick with image. Okay, so just add lightbox there. Okay, so after adding lightbox, also lightbox has some parameters that you can add in. So if you're going to have multiple pictures, you can add gallery. If you want to enable the zoom and zoom out, you can enable them by adding those parameters there. So let's go ahead and add the width and height. So if you want to limit the width and height, you just simply come here and say lightbox, and then add the square bracket. Add the array, okay, which is in square bracket, and then specify the width and height. So if we come and refresh here, we shall see that we have the limited width and height. But the special thing that we now have, you can click on the image and view it. Okay, they say if you want to enable the zooming, you can just simply add this there. Okay, so come here and add zoom and make it to true. Let us see, zooming and make it to true. Sorry, refresh here. See, we can. I think the zooming is on there. All right, so that's how you do it. I think that's all you need to know about lightbox. That's all. Okay, they say that you can even add some classes and say maybe, for example, you want it to become maybe rounded, so you can add those classes there. So for example, you can just simply come here and add your extra classes. Okay, for example, you can put here rounded and then put thumbnail also, so your images will be rounded. So there's a bootstrap class called rounded circle. So if you have maybe your own CSS classes, you can be able to add them there, and then those classes will be implemented on those images. Okay, yep. So that thumbnail will go ahead and make that kind of thumbnail. You see this thumbnail, it will go ahead and make that kind of thumbnail. So if you want to remove that thumbnail on it, you can just simply pass no class here, and then it will remove that thumbnail, and then you'll have those square images. But if you want to have the thumbnail, that default thumbnail design, you can add it, you can leave the way it is, and then you'll have this. So that is beautiful. Now, since now we have the categories, we have the products, what next? What next? We are now going to go ahead and now create the products. But let us go and reference our database structure, so we can be able to know that we are moving with the right thing. So so we're going to have here, what is our database structure? I don't think I deleted it. I think it is here. So we have finished the company, we have finished the users, we have finished stock category, subcategory. Now the next thing that we're going to go is the stock items. Okay, but before we go stock items, as I told you that we may need to map each stock item to its respective financial year it belongs to. Okay, so we need to create also financial years. Okay, so the we can call them financial period. Okay, so that the company should be able to know, okay, in this financial period we made this particular amount of money, and this is the amount of money that we have and then generate the, maybe others they can be counting after 2 months, others after 1 month, others one after 1 year, something like that. But each record should be able to do what? To be attached to a specific financial period. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the financial period first, and then after we'll go ahead and create the stock items records. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to create a new model called financial period. So I'll go ahead and come to our what, and come to our important commands, and then on important commands I'm going to create a new model here that I'm going to call financial what? Financial period, like this. Okay, so this financial period, it is where we're going to put the what? The information. Okay, the information of what? Okay, it's the model that we're going to be storing the financial periods. Okay, so make sure that you also use singularity. Okay, I hope my spelling of the word financial is correct. Let me confirm it here. Yes, this is correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and run now this, and we see the financial period. So let's go ahead and clean and then run financial period. Press enter. Then you'll see that you have our financial period model and also the migration. We press Ctrl and click here and modify the information in the what? In the migration. So the first thing, a financial period must belong to a what? To a particular company. So I'll come here and say table, and then say financial period has foreign ID for, I put company class, and I make sure that this company is imported, otherwise it will not work. All right, now after making sure that is there, so I'm going to come and give this financial period a name, which is going to be a string, and then I give it when it is starting and when it is ending. And then the most important part, I give it a boolean, whether it is active, it is currently opened, or it is active. Okay, so me, I can call this and maybe state. Okay, I can put me, I always like using words instead of true and false. So I'm going to put here string. Okay, string, and then go ahead and put what you call status. Okay, so they will have either active or an inactive financial year, and then we give it a description. String and give description, and then maybe we may add some few filters. So we can put maybe this is going to be a text. We can put maybe how much did you invest in this financial year, this financial period, how much did you sell in this financial period, which profits did you have in this financial period, which profit did you have in this financial period, and also profit or loss, something like that. And also what else? I think that's it. Okay, the total investment, and then total sales, and then the what? The profits. Okay, yeah, I think we shall need that one also. Let's do that, so that someone should be able to come back and say, okay, in this period I made this amount of money, I invested this, I sold this, and these are the profit that I made. Okay, something like that. I think that can be helpful. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we can just simply come here and put string and put big integer, and then say total investment, how much you invested, total investment, and also total sales, and then total profits. I think that's enough. Maybe also total expenses. Yes, that's total expenses. We may need to know how much did you spend in this financial year. This total date, we shall not go there. All right, I think that's enough to sum up the financial year, the starting period, and the end period, whether it is active or not, and then the description, and then the company that it belongs to, and then its name. Yeah, that's enough to sum up with what? A financial year. I mean a financial period. Let's go ahead and migrate this. Okay, so I'll go ahead and run php artisan serve. Sorry, oh my god, not serve. Let me end it. I cancel it, and then php artisan migrate. Okay, so php artisan migrate. We'll go ahead and migrate this table. Now if we go to our local host, we should be able to see that table of what? Of financial periods. You see, financial periods are here. Very good. And now we proceed. Now we're going to create the controller for financial period. Okay, so after migrating, then we're going to go ahead and create a controller financial period. So I'll come here and look for the model of financial period. Which is this one. Copy financial period. Then after we go ahead and migrate and go to important commands, and then after important commands, we're going to go ahead and create financial period and financial period here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do what? And migrate this so you can have this controller. So let's go ahead and migrate it. Boom, we have this controller path. I'll copy it, route, and then go to routes, and then I go ahead and add it here. After doing that, you're going to go now to our financial period controller. Okay, let's go ahead and add it in our menu. So to add it to our menu, maybe we're going to go add it to our menu. So I'll come here to the administrators part, and then come to menu, and then come here. Okay, we're going to need a section where the company will be making its settings. Okay, for example, setting up categories and those stuff. We may need a section where a company will be making those settings from. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that section. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create on the root. We're going to create a section called system configuration, where the company will be setting its things. And then you can put here maybe this settings icon, and then in the configuration is where we're going to put okay, the first configuration, you may even leave it there, and then you can say maybe it should be available to, you can even leave it as nothing because it's going to be a main menu. So leave the, okay, you can even put this one financial periods or anything. You can leave it as even nothing. So you can say maybe it should be available to the system owners and what, and the workers. Should the workers access configurations? No. The system owners are the one who should be able to access configuration, but it can depend on the company by the way sometimes. Or let's make it to the system owners and then update. So you have this configuration here. So under this system configuration, we are going to add financial periods. So I'm going to come here to system configuration. Under it, I'm going to put financial periods. So after here, I'm going to go ahead and get a what, and make financial period here. Let's get a calendar. Okay, so put financial period. So you see, I say parent is the system configuration. So it means this is going to be a submenu. So you should be able to access this one. Only the company owner, the one who should be able to set the financial period and then save. So we can even make these stock categories to come here under configuration. Stock categories, let them come under configuration. There, and then subcategories should also, you see how you move them, this is how you move them. Boom, and then save. And then since it is the last thing, let me make it to be at the last here after the dashboard. Okay, so if you come here to refresh, I'm coming now to the to the company owner dashboard. you'll see I have now 2 items on in my dashboard. I have the dashboard itself, and then the what, and then the system configuration. And this system configuration can be collapsed and expanded. So under configuration, that is where, so things that we don't do every time, we put them under what? Under system configuration. So a person will be able to come here and configure their financial period, and configure their categories, and configure their what? Their stock subcategories. So if you see here under configuration, I have what? Period. Okay, financial period. Okay, under financial, I have financial period, I have system categories, I have this. Okay, so something like that. You get it, eh? So okay, so now we are going to work on what? On financial period. So because we know that at least every stock item should be able to know in which period did we buy it. Okay, so that's why we are going to come here to financial period, and then do what? And then work and fix this one, and enable the company to be able to create what? Financial period. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll come here. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll come here to go to financial periods. Okay, so coming to financial periods here, this financial period, and then we go to its controller, financial period controller. Financial period controller. So we're going to come here and say financial periods. So if I refresh here, this should change to financial periods. All right, so let's go ahead and fix the form. So I'll come here and click new. Okay, so the first thing is the company ID. As I told you, we'll first get the user who is logged in. The user who is logged in, we can get them from u equals to admin user. Okay, then after we make this to be hidden. Okay, hidden, and then we make it to be having the default value of what? Of the company ID of a user who is logged in. However, I'll show you the better way to do that. This is not the most secure way. I'll show you the most secure way. So after, I'll go ahead and make this one to be what? To be required. So rules is required. All right, that is the name of the financial period. Okay, and then after, we go ahead and put the starting date and then the end date. Okay, when this financial period started and when this financial period ended. Okay, so after doing that, we come here to status. We can make it what? Periodic. I mean, you can make it a radio, so it can be and then give it value like this, active and inactive. And then we give maybe financial period description. Okay, make it text area. Okay, and then these others will be calculated, so we remove them. They'll be calculated by the system. So if we come and refresh here, you'll see that we shall be able to do what? To create a financial period. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a financial period. All right, so now another thing, we should not allow the company to create 2 active financial period, because you cannot have 2 active financial period at the same time. So what we're going to do, we are going to write the logic that will not allow a company to create more than one, or to have more than one active financial periods. Okay, so how can we do that? Let's go ahead and write that logic. So we're going to write a boot function. Okay, so we'll come here to the financial period model, press button and click on it. So we go to the financial period model in this model. So we're going to say, when you're creating, we're going to check if this company has an existing active financial period. If it has it, we throw an error. You can say you cannot have 2 active what? Financial periods. So let's go ahead and do that. So you see, I'm getting here boot, and let's say when it is creating, you still remember this, so you can pause the video and write this, and so when it is creating, let me get an active financial period. Okay, so I get active financial period from, I say active financial period equals to, you see how I'm getting it, financial period where I'll remove this one, and then I say where company ID equals to company and status equals to active. Okay, so I'm getting, do they have any active financial record? I mean period. Okay, so I check if it is there. So how do I do? I check if it is not null. Okay, if it is not null, I am going to throw an error. So I say, this is how you throw an error. You say throw like this, and then you say new exception, and then I say you cannot have two active financial period. First close the other one. So that is the logic. So I'm putting it on creating. Also, sometimes he can create two financial periods and then he trick me when he's updating. So I also have to listen to the update. So let me copy this one and then paste it here and then say updating. Okay, but here in the updating, I'll have to check if the ID of the active financial period is not this particular ID, and this is how you check it. So you check if it is not null, and then you check if this ID is not this particular ID, because he might be changing that particular item. Okay, and then I say if he's trying to activate another financial period through updating, I just stop this person from proceeding. I say you cannot have two financial periods. So that is how you can write that logic that will stop a person to have two active financial period. You can pause the video and then you look at the logic very carefully and understand it. You see, that is it. All right, so let's go ahead. So that's how you do it, and that's the advantages of hooks. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh here and create our first financial period. Let me say financial period 2023, and it started maybe in January 2023, January 1st, and it will end maybe 2023 December 31st. Okay, until the active financial period. Okay, so 2023 financial period, you can say financial year. Okay, so I can say 2023, I can give it any name, so it will depend on the company how they name, and then I put here some details about this financial period, and I submit. So it has successfully created for me. So let us test and see if it will not allow us to create two active financial period. Let me say I have another active financial period called 2024. It is going to start 2024 first. 2024. Good. Let me say it's going to start 2024 January 1st, and it's going to end 2024 December 31st. And then I try to make it active. You see, I make it active. So some info about 2024. So when I try to submit, let me continue creating. You see, it throws an error. There is another active financial year. Close it first. You get it, eh? So that is a wise way of doing things. So I make it inactive. Okay, yeah, okay, that's okay. So I can first check here if it is active, if he wants to make this one active, and the status is active. So if he's creating a financial year that is not active, we should not throw an error. So that's how you fix it. So it is fixed. So you see the condition here, like if you're trying to create something that is active and it is not the one, so we don't allow you. Okay, so you can also do the same here by surrounding this one. So if you see that, you're trying to set something to be active, at the same time it is not the one that we are updating, then we throw an error. Okay, yeah, so that's it. So you can have only one active financial year at a time. All right, so after doing that, now the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to fix that table, and then we move to the stocks. Okay, so let us fix this table. Let's finalize this table. So I'll come here to our to our controller. So I've finished the form. You see the form is beautiful. Then let's go to our controller and finalize it also. Or like we'll come to our controller, to our grid, okay, and get the user who is logged in, u equals to admin user, and then we lock the financial years to the respective company that is logged in, and then maybe we can say order by start date descending, so that we can have the most latest financial year active. So by doing like this, we shall have achieved that. Let us disable batch actions. I don't need them. And let's go ahead and remove the IDs of financial years. Let's remove the date when they are created. Okay, let's remove the company. Only we need the the financial year name. We make it sortable, and then you put the start date, and then we display a clear start date like this, and then we put the end date when it is ending, and also display and make it sortable, and then we use this status using the label, and we say the one which are active, they should be in success, the one which are inactive, they should be in danger. Then we can hide this, okay, and then we can make total investment to be sortable. For now, let's just make it okay number format, and then make it sortable. And also total sales, do the same, and then total display, do the same, and then also and then also total expenses, do the same also, something like that. So if you refresh, you'll see that we have a decent table. Okay, we have a decent table. That is beautiful. So if you want to make 2024 an active year, I just simply come here and edit and say this. I first inactivate this one, and then I come here and edit and then activate this one, and that is, wait, did it work? I think it did not work. Okay, let us see. I come and deactivate this one, and then after I come to 2024, and then I activate 2024. Good. Yeah, so I think that is okay. So I can say maybe order by status. So the most active should be on top. So I have put here ask in ascending order. Ouch. All right, I think there is already a filter, so I have to remove it. You see? Yeah. So that is beautiful. Okay. You see? That is nice. Which time are you remaining with? And see if we can proceed to another thing. I think that time is almost up. Which thing should I do in this remaining period that is important? All right, let's just go ahead and start the stock items. Okay, if we finish while we have created the model, it will also be great. All right, so that's it. Then we proceed to what? The stock items according to our database here. Okay, we're going to proceed to stock items. Okay, stock items. So that's where the whole business is going to be. Okay, so let's go ahead and create stock items. Before we go to stock item, let's just go and create the logic of company employees. They should be able to manage their employees. Okay, and then we know that we are done with that. Then the next video we create the stock items. So we want here the company to be able to add their employees or workers. Okay, So the employee or workers, of course, it is a user model. Okay, so it is a user model. They are going just to be users like other users. So we're going to create another model called employees. Another controller called employees, and it's going to be referencing the user the user model. So I'll come here to important commands. I'm going to create a controller. I'm going to give it a unique name. I'm just going to show you that it's not every time that you should call it controller this, controller this. So, but the most important part, the word controller should be at the last. So I'm going to call this one employees controller, and then it's going to be referencing the user model. That's very important. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Then we shall have the employees controller, and then I come here to routes here. So it is not necessary that everything should be like the same name here of the model. I can as well change this one to employees like this. That is also okay. Okay, so after creating that, let's go ahead and add this to the menu. So I'll come here and come to the menu, and then come and say employees, or you can call them workers. Okay, and then I come here to under configuration. I can say they should be also under configuration, and then I go ahead and put here users icon, and then I can go ahead here and put employees like this, and then I put here what? I put here only the company owners should be able to access their employees and submit. So if I come here and refresh, I should be able to see my employees. You see, I have my employees. Maybe we should put it here at the last of the, maybe after financial years, then employees. All right, yeah, something like that. So refresh, and now you have after financial years, we have employees. So companies should be able to manage their employees, their respective employees. All right, now let's go ahead and do the whole logic of employees management. Okay, so we begin by, okay, a company wants to add their employees. So let us go to the controller that we've just created. I'll copy this controller and press Ctrl and P and paste here. So this one will take me to this file. It is just the same as coming to admin and then come to employees. You'll be able to get the same thing. All right, so instead of having user here, I'm going to put maybe employees or workers, something like that. So after doing that, I refresh here. I'll see I have workers here. So I'll click on new, and then we modify this form of employees. So the company should be able to start adding their respective workers. Good. So let us come to our form module. So let us begin with the most important things. Okay, so I'll come here. Let's see, first things first. And now we're going to begin by saying so we have what we call as, okay, let us begin by getting the user who is logged in. Okay, after getting the user who is logged in, make sure this one is imported. We're going to lock this person to only create the users for their respective companies. So I'm just going to cut this guy and come and put this one here and give it what? Default to be company employees. So if I come and refresh here, we'll see that this ID has been put as default. But here I need to be what? To be hidden. So it should not be seen. Okay, so this person should not be able to see it. All right, so the name of the employee. So this name is going to be generated. Okay, the name is going to be generated. I don't want someone to enter there the name manually. Okay, so let us go ahead and do the logic where someone should be able to, the name should be able to be generated. So to do that, we shall go to the user model. Okay, and then we create a boot. Public is public static boot. I don't even know it in the head. Okay, let's go ahead and just get this boot in this financial period. And I don't know it even in the head. Then I'm going to one this, and then I come here to user, and then remove this one, and then put your curly bracket. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's just public static boot, and then it's boot, and then put parent, then boot, and then put creating, and then updating. So I think that's it. Okay, so I need the name to be generated, okay, from first and last name. So I can create a function here. Okay, let me just do this one here, and you see. So I can say I'll first check if first name is not null and last. Okay, let's say that if first name is having if how should I merge the name? Okay, name equals nothing. Name equals to nothing. Now we go and check if first name is not null. Our time is up, but let's just finish this one. Okay, if first name is not null, and then we say if first name is not null and it is not empty, and strlen of this first name is greater than 0, and then we say that the name equals to the first name, or can say the name equals to first name. Then we also do the same for the second name. Okay, second name is equal to that one. However, the second name equal to this, and then we trim it. Okay, we trim it. Trim means that you're clearing the white space around it. Okay, now remember this is a name. Okay, so after we check if this name is not empty, if the name is not empty and the strlen of this name is not 0, so if it is not empty, I'll go ahead and say the model, the name, okay, the name in this model should be now this name. I don't know whether you're getting me. All right, let me say if this name is not null, if this name is not null and it is not empty, then I'll update the name in the what? In the model. Okay, so in case that someone provides us first and last name, then we shall go ahead and do it and update their name by merging them, by merging those two names. This is how you write that logic. So you can do that logic upon creating, and then you can do that logic upon also updating. So I'll just copy this one and then also put here updating. All right, I think that's okay. That is okay. So let's go ahead and now work on the form and finish this in employees form. Okay, employees form. So we're going to have the employee's name and make it, okay, the name we don't need it, as I said. We're just going to need first and last name. So let's go ahead and cut this first name and make it the first here. So make it required. First name is required, and also the last name should be required. Okay, so after we're going to get the phone number of this employee, should be required also, and also the second phone number, it should be option, because someone might have only one name, one phone number. So after we need the image, that will be the avatar. It can be optional. Some people may not provide the image. We remove this remember password. Okay, so after doing that, we collect their address, and then you collect their sex, what you call gender. You can put it next here to the biodata, and then say gender, and give it and make it what? A radio. Okay, and then we make it to give it options of male and female. Copilot doesn't suggest things about gender. Is it gay? Male and female. And make it also maybe required, and make it options. Some people may not need to specify your gender. Okay, you can put other for the transgenders. Okay, so after yep, I think that's it. And then there's something called section. There's something called divider. Yes, divider. So this divider, I can put here person information, and then in this second section you can put here maybe another divider, and then say account information. That's where maybe collect the name. This address should be in the person information and should be text, not text area, and also the phone number should be text, and this one should be text. Phone number maybe can come first and then address. Okay, DOB, it should be optional. Date of birth, you should not have default. You can say maybe default and then say minus. Alright, let me just make it not default, and it should be optional. Some people may not need to provide their date of birth like this. Date of birth. Alright, so what else? Status, whether it's active or not. Yes, so it's going to be a radio, and then we go ahead and give it options of active and not active, and then this is the place where you can say their username and password. However, that's not the best way of doing it, but we shall see how to the better way of doing it. So you can put here maybe we collect their email as their username, and also maybe here when we are saving here in the in the user controller, we make sure that the username I mean the username equals to the email, and then you return, so that it should not confuse us. And then we do the same for the updating. Yep, I think that's okay. So if we come and refresh here, everything's okay. Only that the name needs to be a text, not a text area. All right. Yeah, by doing like this, we shall be able to manage our employees. So that's a beautiful form for the employees. Let's add a new employee. By just simply coming here, refresh, and then do some fake filler. Okay, maybe his mail, that is their phone number, and then their password is there. So I go ahead and submit. Okay, email column is not there. Seriously, how come? Email column is not there. Let us add it. We shall need it. We shall surely need it. Let's add it. Let's add email column very fast. So this is our command. So say maybe add email to admin users table. So I'll go ahead and run this command, and then we come here and add email like this, and then migrate. Yep, then everything is be okay, then everything will be fine. All right, let me come back, and then we remove this password. We don't need it. Okay, so on creating a user, they can make their password to be default as 1234 or as admin. Okay, so in creating a user, password, but it shall put the logic of passwords resetting by crypt password equals to admin, that is the default password on creating. All right, so let's go ahead and try to submit. Yep, everything is fine. You see, this has been created. You can even change their photo. All right, so that's it. And then let me see. We can go ahead and finish this table of users in the next lecture. I know you guys are already tired. All right, let's finish the table of users in the next lecture, where the companies can be able to add their users. And also in the next lecture, it is where we're going now to do the real stuff of adding the stock items and also creating the stock records. So don't miss in our tomorrow's lecture 7 and lecture 8. Unless there is a question, you can ask now if there is. Any question, guys? Or I'm here alone?
Nope.
Yes, hello.
No questions for me.
Okay. All right. You guys make sure that you practice.
Me have a question.
Yes.
Now, the employees, those employees, will they be, it is are they the company owners that are going to be registering them, or they're going to be registering themselves?
The company owners.
Like on their dashboard, the employees.
The company owners are the one who will be registering them, and then give them their passwords, and then they will be able to log in and do their role.
Okay.
Yeah, however, if you want to do your own logic that they should register themselves, it is programming. You can do it as you want. You just code and create a page where they can register themselves, and maybe the company approves them, whether they are employees or they are not. You can do all that logic on your own. But what we're doing right now is, once I've purchased the system, I should be able to add my workers or employees. You get it? All right. Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's meet tomorrow, and then on Sunday we can have a short break and resume on Monday. Bye bye.